I just want to talk about why I don't like cops. Or I guess I could be nice and say why I have a slight mistrust of law enforcement. Now, at this time, I don't have any, I don't know what they call it, a record or whatever it is. I even have a clean driving record. I don't even have any parking tickets. And, if something goes down, cops are more likely to believe me than anyone else. Because I look the part. I am the kind of person who, if you catch me driving along and I'm smoking a joint or something, you're going to let me go and arrest the next person. And because I sound educated, if I talk, usually most people are going to take my word for things. So I would have every reason to love law enforcement. I would always say, I would think at any moment, probably the reason that I'm not, getting beaten up more is because everyone knows that if law enforcement comes and sees a white person like me beaten up on the ground, they're going to get all the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's just the way it is, okay? So why in the world would I have, bad feelings toward law enforcement? Never done anything to me, never done anything to my family. And a couple times they've been involved in my life, they've comported themselves fairly. I haven't been abused by a single police officer. I've never seen one do anything to me or my family. Now to my extended family or my Latino friends, I have seen them do things that were outright wrong. And I've seen how the justice system reacted to that. So if you want to know, why, David, I say I don't really... Well, first off, I will say I've met several police officers, and I've heard of several police officers who will right out and out tell you that they join to shoot people. I know one friend who was helping to try to round up a wild dog that seemed to be sort of out of control, and LAPD was there, and they were waiting around for 2 hours for animal control to get there and take care of this dog. And so they're just sitting on their ass, and so my intellectual friend turns to him and says, well, I guess this must be, a nice night for you. You're not out there being shot at by anybody. You're just here babysitting this dog. And the guy turns to him and says, no way, man. I joined to shoot people. And that's what he said. I'm not making that up. And I wasn't there, but, my friend he didn't make stuff up either. So that's what the dude said, And, I know another police officer, and he joined out of being a sniper in the military, and he joined the military because he wanted to kill people. Because we were at my uncle's funeral, and he was speaking there, and he said, Uncle whatever was really he was supportive of me. I mean, when I went into the military, to defend my country, and the son of the person who was dead spoke up and said, don't lie, asshole, you joined to kill people. And the other guy got all red and sheepish, and now he's a member of the LAPD. So, what I'm saying is that I've heard many examples where, they don't really seem like they're the most enlightened of people, okay? I mean, I'm not saying they're bad people, but, when you join to kill someone, or read a Bosch novel, read, a Michael Connolly book about Harry Bosch, Hieronymus Bosch. Probably one of the better ones of those kinds of books out there, for sure. And, what is he's always talking about, there are two types of people in the world, those without a badge and those with a badge, okay? It's just, wherever you go. So my problem with the LAP, with any police, okay, that I've encountered in my urban life is not that they're unprofessional or I've ever seen them do anything that I could say was wrong, except maybe once, and that was just more a matter of tact, unfortunately. But it's because they're there with unquestioningly defending a system that's flawed. I mean, if these law enforcement officers spend half of their time, or even paid to spend half of their time, proactively helping the community as opposed to just playing a punitive enforcement role, maybe I could have some more respect for them. But they don't come out into the streets, not even the detectives. They don't spend their times improving the community. They spend their times cleaning up, okay? After things have gone wrong, they clean up, and they might grab someone, they might throw someone somewhere else. But no police officer, even though we respect and we say that they risk their lives, really what a police officer is doing I mean, no police officer is going to spend half of their time trying to teach inner city youth, trying to really constructively find solutions to the problems that are creating the criminals they round up in the first place. They're there to enforce essentially a juvenile delinquent sense of ethics that is determined widely by skin color and economic status, that doesn't do anything at all to address the problems of the society. They'll be the first to tell you that they just enforce the law. They're not here to interpret the law. They're not, even though they do all the time. They're not here to change the law, even though they'll do whatever they want all the time. And that makes them even worse because they're going to have the ability to say we're not the ones who make the laws, but they're also the ones who are interpreting them on the fly. They're the first responders, and they have no accountability other than maybe a camera somewhere if it happens to catch them for what they do. And everyone's going to believe them first because they're cops or police officers or law enforcement, because they have a certain level of respect. But what that level of respect is, I don't know. Do they have a college education? Do they have a master's degree? Have they studied social ethics? Have they studied Nicomachean ethics? Have they studied philosophy? Can they answer real questions about why it is we live and die? Can they understand and answer why poor people are poor and rich people are rich? They don't even try, but they're out there with guns. And that's why I have a problem taking them completely seriously, because they're just extensions of something else.